He's in the military.
That's exactly what you want to do. Trying to talk about it. No, I told him. We got family all the way.
The truth is, all
right, sounds good.
You just totally dismissed it for short-headed.
Wow.
Now you want
That's
to.
I think
She might be my bad. I mean, what kind of
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to our monthly meeting, and as you know, we pride ourselves on starting on time, and we start at 6. Deacon Hillary, could you come up and give us an opening prayer, please?
Yes, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you right now for this day. Lord, we ask you to continue to perform us, Lord Jesus. We're not seeing the example, Lord Jesus. You're not seeing the kind of skills, Lord Jesus. Lord, as a whole, Lord Jesus. Bless us this evening as we come out and share. Thank you about our community. What's to come on in your Savior. We just thank you right now. In your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Hillary. We're going to start with the schools first, and I know one of the schools has some things that they have to do tonight, so we're going to call the 9th grade principal, Ms. Jamie Washington, first. Oh, let me put a handle on it. The Elwood Blackshear 9th grade Seminole High School.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
share with everybody that right now at the Ninth Grade campus, we have been doing an amazing job of getting our discipline data down. We're about 40% reduced from this year compared to last year, despite our recent activity. But I am happy to say that with our Behavior Coaching Academy and receiving Tier 1 supports throughout the entire campus and having consistent consequences and hierarchy of intervention steps to take, it has been showing extremely well for our return on our investment. As it relates to our academics, when it comes to our reading, as well as our achieve and things with our English literature, our academics, they have been trending up. We're so excited. We're anxious, awaiting. Of course, we're coming up on our testing season. We're about roughly 2 weeks, I would say, Cindy, up before spring break. About 50 some odd school days left in the school year, but who's counting? And with that, we have just wrapped up all of our middle school visits for registration, and our freshmen have completed their registration for the next school year. So we're getting ready for the transition and prepping for, of course, our new incoming freshmen. But with that being said, we're getting ready for testing. So we want our kids to get some rest and relaxation for an entire week. And then when they return from spring break, you know it's the fun summertime or springtime, getting ready for testing. And of course, when it comes to algebra, we were excited to see our trends are all trending positively. So of course, we will know soon and very soon the work and all of the hard work to pay off for our kiddos. So we want to continue with positive rewards, positive reinforcement, continue to talk to our students consistently on the appropriate behavior. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. We have our PBS chill session with our behavior interventionist. So our kiddos will get an opportunity to have just a few minutes of the school day. We try to tie this on Fridays to have just opportunities built in within the school day to have a fun session, as well as to reward those students who've been going to class on time and staying out of trouble and getting their work. And that concludes the Edward Blackshear report. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Washington, and we're just glad that you're out there. The next, a lot of people don't know, Seminole High School is probably one of, well, if it's not, it's in the top 3 or 4 largest school as far as enrollment in the state of Florida. We're talking like 100 students on both those campuses, the 9th grade still in the main campus. 100 kids. You need to go out there one day when the buses line up and take them home. Oh, Lord. It's a ton of kids. Now we're going to get the main campus, which houses the 10th through 12th graders, and Ms. Cindy is going to come up and tell us about the main campus. And if you didn't know, Seminole High School will be in the state basketball tournament next Friday in Lakeland, Florida at 11 a.m. We're making the Final 4. So if you call me looking for me at work, I will not be there. I'll be in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, hi, thank you. My name is Cindy Carlton. That's my new name. I just got married in December. Formerly Cindy Nelson. I've been there at main campus for about 7 to 8 years. I love this school. I love what we're doing there. In fact, I was talking to another assistant principal who's been there longer than I have, and we have both been talking about how successful this year has been for our juniors and our seniors. That main campus is, we are just really building up to some really good things, and I know that you're going to see that at the end of the year. So let me just go over a few things. Our spring sports are in full ramp. I mean, we've got, that's probably why Mr. Pfeiffer, actually he's out of town, he's going to go see his daughter, but we have events every single night from the spring. So we're all out there enjoying all of these events, whether or not they're home or away. We also do have our boys basketball is in the Final 4. They're going to be playing, I believe it's Miami, Christopher Columbus or something? Miami, Columbus. 11 o'clock in Lakeland. If you can go, great. I will not be there, unfortunately. I'm sure Mr. Pfeiffer will, but that's okay. So I wanted to talk to you about some celebrations. We did have a faculty meeting yesterday. We wanted to celebrate our faculty and staff and how hard they have worked this entire year. They know what our goals are. They know what we need to do to get Seminole High School back to what it needs to be. So they are in full gear. We did some celebrations with them yesterday. Each of the administrators got up and talked about the positives of the areas that they supervise and all the good things that are coming out of it. So I wanted to share a few of those. Attendance. With the re-implementation of credit denial, for those of you that are not sure what credit denial is, if a student gets 10 or more unexcused absences, they lose credit in that class regardless of what the grade is. Okay? Which means they can have an A, B, C, or D, they'll lose credit. If they receive an F in the class, they've lost credit anyway. With this re-implementation of credit denial has been probably the most positive thing that we've seen on our campus. And Jamie will attest to the same on the 9th grade campus. Because the kids are actually there and they're in the classroom and they're learning. And we are seeing it with the increases in the test scores that they're taking. So last year when we did not have credit denial in the first semester, we had about 18.5% of our students had more than 10 absences. This year, at the same time, at the end of the semester, we only have 10% of our students that have more than 10 absences. So that's a big reduction right there. And for this, with credit denial, for those of you that don't know how it works on a campus of our size, we have one secretary, bless his heart, Mr. Burke, who enters the notes, and he has to go through and look at them and see if they're approved, if they're going to be excused, and then he has to enter them into the system. So it takes a lot. It takes one man to do this job, and he still gets behind sometimes. But we are thankful for the work that he has done, and of course our kids getting there. Second big thing is our graduation. We have a program called Operation Graduation. And last year at mid-year, we had 75% of our seniors that were graduation ready for assessments. And what that means is they are grad ready in the fact that they've gotten the concordance scores that they need in Algebra 1 or ELA 10. That's the hardest part about graduating. Not the credits, but getting that concordance score. And we have a lot of interventions in place to help them. This year at this time, it is at 85.4%. Okay, so that's an increase in 10% from last year at this time. What's even better is when we ran this data, we just took a CLT test, which is another assessment that the scores can be used as concordance scores. And we had 200 students out of the 284 that were scheduled to take it, took it last Thursday. And out of that, I want you to hear this number, out of that, we ended up with 22 seniors that became grad ready, okay, from just that test cycle. With that, we also tested our juniors, and we had 51 of the juniors that became grad ready. What does that mean for them? They don't have to take a reading intervention class their senior year. They don't have to take a math intervention class. So now they can do the electives that they really want to do. So that is amazing. And I don't have the exact numbers. If Mr. Kalina was here, he would tell you. We have 5 seniors, so that's 5 kids that are supposed to be in this cohort, the 2025 cohort, that are not listed as 11th or 12th grade, which means they're about 2 years behind in graduating. 5. I can't tell you how many we've had in the past, but it hasn't been as low as 5. So that's why we wanted to celebrate our faculty and staff, and we are just doing some really good things there. We have prom coming up, we have grad bash coming up, and then of course graduation. And with this credit denial, one last thing with the credit denial, in order to do the fun things on campus, you have to be there, and you have to perform, you have to be in class. We have kids that are not able to go to prom because of absences. They know that. They're working on that. They're able to get their notes in. So the kids know that we mean business. If you can't be there, you can't do the fun things. Thank you.
Thank you. There's a lot going on with those 4,100 kids. We're going to move to the middle schools now. Markham Woods. And a lot of people don't know that the kids that live in Goldsboro are bused to Markham Woods. So not only do those kids go in a different area, the administrators come to these meetings every month to let us know what's going on. They don't just send them back on the bus, they come and give us a daily report. And also the principal, Mr. McDonald, he'll pick up the phone and say, Mr. Benton, I'm having a problem out of John Doe, can you talk to him? So we appreciate what you're doing. You're just not servicing them for those 8 hours you servicing the whole time.
Today is Dr. McDonald's daughter's birthday, so that's why he's not here today. I am Ms. Brown, Allison Brown. I have been at Markham for 4 years. I had the pleasure of teaching at Markham, then I was a dean at Markham, and now I'm the assistant principal. So I love Markham, I love the kids there, and I'm excited to tell you about some of the fun stuff we have coming up. We just finished our 6th grade night and did our enrollment for the incoming 6th graders. If you know the 6th graders who are going to Markham and didn't have the opportunity, we are happy to do tours at any time. They can come up, we'll have a guidance counselor walking around campus and get them feeling more comfortable. And then we do have that scheduled pickup before they make the transition to middle school. We also had our 4.0 breakfast. This was one of the best I have ever seen. We have a new set of deans. I was the dean, so I could say that they did a much better job with this 4.0 breakfast than I did. It was beautiful, it was decorated well, and we had over 100 students who had a 4.0 for the whole first semester. We have our basketball tryouts coming up all this week and next week. We have basketball tryouts for both boys and girls, and we're also going to be competing on Saturday against Sanford Middle right here. Well, it's right there, technically. I will be playing to the best of my ability, but based on my height, I am hopeful that we are up by quite a bit before I get put in. We have our grad venture coming up, which is similar to what the high schools do. It's just on a lower scale for the middle school kids. And we also have a link if anybody's able to donate. We want all of our students who would like to go to be able to go. It's about $135, so that is a steep burden for some families. So if anybody knows somebody with some money, then they can go to our website and donate through My School Bucks, and then we distribute that money out to students who are unable to go due to that financial barrier. We also have our spring dance coming up. That'll be on March 12th. And we will be attending the Math Festival at Millennium. That is not this Saturday, but the next Saturday on the 8th from 9 to 2. And then our benchmark assessments are coming up. Once we have spring break, the week prior is when we get all of our benchmark assessments done. So that's like the final exams for that quarter. And then next quarter, there are no benchmark exams because we do all of the state testing. And that kind of takes the place of those regular exams. And then we are still working on our attendance goals. We do not have the option to do the credit denial. Our credits are not the same, but that is a great idea. When I was in high school, after 4 absences, you have automatic 59s in all of your classes, so I know that was quite an incentive. For us, our students don't drive, so a lot of it comes down to the families making sure that they are getting their kids to the bus stop or taking them to campus. So as always, we ask, please, 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 make sure you're sending in your kids to school. Obviously, we don't want anybody at school sick, but I do think that we still have some of that lingering COVID fear where, oh, I don't feel my best today, so I'm not coming in. We do need to go to school. If we have a fever or we're throwing up, stay home. Otherwise, let's make it to school. We have headaches every morning, some of us, and little tummy aches after lunch, but we definitely want you on campus and learning so that you can be successful once we send you off to the high school level. And that's all the updates I have for Markham. I really appreciate this time.
Thank you. Now we'll get that A+ school on the hill, Sanford Middle, right next to Winn-Dixie. And we don't know what they're building at Winn-Dixie, but can you tell them to finish it? Put a roof on it and finish it.
All right, hey guys, my name is Jay Corson. I'm one of the assistant principals over at Sanford Middle School. I've been there 12, 13, I've kind of lost track. I've done my entire career over at Sanford. So one of the big things at Sanford, we just got recognized by Magnet Schools of America as a school of distinction. We're hoping next year, yes. We're hoping next year we're a couple points away. Goldsboro Elementary got School of Excellence for the first time, so we're excited to hopefully get there. We got some new programs coming up that we're excited to share. We had our incoming 6th grade night, as well as our applications for our out-of-zone kids. We have seen more kids apply to Sanford Middle School than ever before. This year we had over 330 kids apply and 308 accepted. So that means we have 300 kids coming in to see the greatness of this community of Sanford and what all we have to bring in our STEM Magnet program. Speaking of STEM, we have a STEM night coming up on March 25th. We're really taking a little bit outside the box approach with this. We're going to be doing actually a silent auction with our PTSA, so we're going to try to get, we had our PTSA moms went down to downtown Sanford, got a ton of donations, so we're going to raffle off some gift cards to some great restaurants down there, as well as some other community members. We're really trying to get our community involved, so instead of our teachers doing activities with kids, we're going to get community members and different organizations in the STEM field so kids can really get that exposure of careers outside of the classroom. So the Central Florida Zoo is coming out, the Marine Discovery Center, we got a couple chiropractor companies coming out to really give kids that inside knowledge of what's happening. We got sports coming up as well. We got our basketball tryouts. We just established our 2 teams, so we're excited to take on the rest of the schools throughout the district. Our STEP team has been performing all throughout Central Florida. They recently just performed at Millennium. I forget where they're going Saturday. Half of us will be playing Markham Woods in our community event. So we're hoping the Warriors take the victory with the Mustangs. Let's see, what else is going on? One of the big things too, I know Seminole High School talked a lot about their data, and we too have been looking really into our data as well. What our kids are performing on their benchmark test and their 9 weeks assessment. And what us as the administrators and the teachers, what we're really working on is not just, okay, 80% of our students are proficient, really narrowing it down to, okay, yes, 20% of our students are not proficient, but who are those 20 kids? And so our teachers really diving in and making sure that our individual kids have support and what they need, and so that they're successful moving on to the next stages. So that's pretty much what's going on in Sanford.
Thank you. And if you notice some people walking behind me going to the gymnasium, we also have a FAFSA night that's being put on by Marsha McBride. She's a guidance counselor at Winter Springs High School, and the Furtherment Forward Community Club are helping the kids with the essays. So that's why people are walking by. This is an all-purpose community center, all-purpose. Any other schools? We're gonna go to the school board, Ms. Robin Dillinger. And after Ms. Dillinger, we'll get the deputy superintendent, Mr. Mullins.
Thank you, Mr. Bentley. Ms. Garrett usually has a long list of things she remembers, but I did write down a few things. I wanted to ask if you know of any children that need to be enrolled in kindergarten. We are enrolling kindergarten students all the time and get the word out in the neighborhood so that they're enrolled in their school and can attend all those preschool kindergarten events. Also, the magnet application period, tomorrow is the last day for that. So if you have any students that you know of that are interested in attending any of the magnet schools, they can go online and apply, and then they'll hear more later on about which school they might have been accepted to. I wanted to mention that I think it's about two weeks ago now, I attended Family Fun Night at Midway Elementary School, and they showed the resiliency movie. We had a lot of parents attend that, and it was just incredible that the discussions that went on, it was just a very positive experience. I just want to thank the Midway staff for putting that on, providing pizza dinner and salad and that kind of thing, and then working with those kids and those families. They had a lot of fun. I also wanted to mention that last Friday, it was Friday, might have been Saturday, I attended the military ball, and we had 3 schools there: Seminole High School, Lyman High School, and Military High School. Seminole High School, by far, the largest number of cadets, and senior cadets recognized with all kinds of accolades. So you should feel really proud of those kids at Seminole High School, and I'm hopeful that many of them follow up with careers in the military. And then lastly, go Noles, right? Friday. Don't forget that.
Good evening, Sanford.
Good evening.
Mark Mullins, Assistant Superintendent of Operations. Want to give you just kind of a rundown of the capital projects we have going on currently, or will we have launching here in the next few weeks. Spring break and summer are our big project times because we try to take advantage of those times that are least disruptive to students and learning. So rundown, Seminole High School. We're we're continuing a $5 million comprehensive dining renovation improvement that includes a coffee shop and a whole completely renovated dining facility on the main campus. We're in the final phase of the Health Academy. If you've not been to Seminole High School's Health Academy, state of the art. We're in the process of building an ambulance inside of the Health Academy. It is absolutely amazing. That's well over $500,000 investment. As well as we're trying to get done a completed fire alarm system improvement at Seminole High School's campus. As big as it is, it's been a big project. It's gone on for a couple of years now, approaching $3 million. We're redoing HVAC controls on campus. That's about approaching $300,000. New auditorium sound system going in here in the next few weeks. Believe it or not, sound systems are expensive. $50,000 for an auditorium. Just are finishing up a new beach volleyball court. It is very cool. 6 courts on campus for our students to do FHSAA beach volleyball. That'll include ADA access. The 9th grade center will be undergoing an HVAC chiller replacement. That's about a $750,000 improvement to that campus. At Sanford Middle, we're working on replacing the gym floor and bleachers. We're in the waiting for quotes to come back in for that, but we'll have that done by the end of the summer for the start of next school year. Also doing some minor dining facility improvements there over the summer as well. At Crooms, if you've been to Crooms, you know that we've been working out on the soccer field. They'll be getting lighting, field lighting, and the field will be regraded and be a real nice improvement to our facility there at Crooms Academy, as well as they're going to be undergoing a dining facility renovation or improvement, not a renovation, improvement over the summer of about $100,000. And then right now at Wicklow, we're finishing up a front entrance security improvement at the campus of over $500,000 and some minor dining facility improvements at Bentley Elementary School and a partridge in a pear tree. Never know what will come up between now and what we need to get ready for schools to return in August. So we're already gearing up and getting things going. So lots of good things happening in our Sanford community schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Mullins, is some of that because of the 1 cent sales tax?
Actually, not yet. This is all outside of the sales tax, so buckle your seatbelt. There's a lot more coming.
Okay. That's what we like to hear. Next person is going to be Miss Carol Leday. She's going to come up and tell us about some gorgeous houses that are available.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thanks for having me back, Commissioner Wiggins. And I remember the first time I had done something like this with Mr. Hillary, probably 15 years ago. I was in front of a crowd about to announce some affordable housing projects, and the whole crowd was realtors. And the only thing they wanted to know is, why does she get to be up there? That was a tough crowd. Anyway, let me just give you a little bit of why I'm up here. I am a real estate broker, but I've been in affordable housing since 2002 is when I got into that industry. And shortly thereafter, I got my real estate license to help people that other agents didn't want to help. Because there wasn't a lot of money in affordable housing, right? But I didn't care. It was like, it's in my soul, it's a passion of mine to help people buy a house who never thought they would own one. And one of the best examples that Mr. Hillary and I were able to close back when the recession was really bad is an 80-year-old couple who had never owned a house before. They had been on Section 8 their whole lives, adult lives, and we got them into a fully remodeled 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on a big corner lot in a nice neighborhood. And with all the assistance that they got from, this was in Osceola County, Their total payment for this house, monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, was $434 a month. It's the most amazing feeling. That's my high. Real estate is my drug, and that gets me high, is trying to help people. So that's why I do this. Anyway, we're back at it again. We have 5 projects in Seminole County in the Midway area of Sanford, and they're almost finished. And I hate to call them affordable houses because these are luxury homes. These are a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, brick paver driveway, luxury vinyl flooring, granite countertop, stainless steel appliances, and no HOA. It's really amazing, the opportunity. Seminole County has some funds to help with the purchase of these, and they are providing 20% down to eligible buyers. The buyers only have to have $1,000 of their own money to purchase these homes. It's the most incredible down payment assistance program I've ever dealt with. On top of the 20% down, they're giving 3.5% towards closing costs. So this will change people's lives to be able to get these. We have a few handcuffs that are on us because it's HUD money. There's a maximum income that the families can earn in order to be eligible. But it's not that low. Like a family of 4 can make $93,600 a year and qualify. So it's not that low. You've got to know somebody who could do this, right? You have organizations, you have businesses, you have neighbors, you have relatives. I really want to thank the Sanford Police Department for spreading the word last month after this meeting. I had 100 inquiries when they posted this on their Facebook page. So, thank you. But if there are any other businesses, organizations, I'll come speak to, schools, hospitals, fire stations, whatever y'all need, I'll come and do this to get the word out. We only need to sell 5, but Seminole County's on me. They want them sold. I've got flyers at the table, so you're welcome to come grab one, or I can email it to you if you want to email it out to your organizations, your friends, relatives, or if you want me to come do a class. Speaking of seminars, we're going to have a homebuyer seminar March the 8th. It's free from 10 to 12, and we'll provide food, and then we'll go do a tour of one of the homes afterwards. Please see if you can get some people to come to it, okay? But if there's any questions, I'll stay till the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic news. Now we're going to move to the health arena. We're going to have True Health to come up, and True Health is our local health provider on historic Goldsboro Boulevard, and they had a wonderful day Saturday. I'm pretty sure she's going to tell you about it. Me and Commissioner Williams went down. Commissioner Wiggins went down.
Went down there. I remember y'all dancing. What Mr. Bentley's referring to is our community day that we had on our Goldsboro facility this past Saturday. We were able to do blood pressure and glucose screenings. People could get Saturday appointments to see the provider, and we did a fresh produce giveaway, so it was really special. We also invited some community resources to come out the table and share some more information about what they're doing in the community. For anyone who doesn't know, True Health is a federally qualified health center here in Seminole County. We've got 4 locations right here in Sanford, and as referenced, the most recent one in addition to Sanford is our Goldsboro Community Health Center down the street. I do want to talk about our Path to True Success Scholarship. So this is a $1,000 scholarship. We're going to give 4 of them out, and applications are currently open right now. Eligible students include high school seniors who have been accepted into either a vocational program, a 2-year college, or a 4-year college, or students who are currently enrolled in a vocational program, a 2-year college, or a 4-year college. We are prioritizing first-generation college students, but it is open to anyone who is interested in a career in public service. It doesn't have to be specific to healthcare. It can be social work or anything along those lines. I did place these flyers at the table outside these doors, but I am our Director of Marketing, Ashley Baker. She's in the back there waiting. We'll be around for any questions through the end of the meeting. Thank you.
The Florida Department of Health, which is located on Airport Boulevard in Sanford. Make sure you put the handle on it. It's not the health department, it's the Florida Department of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Bentley. My name is Paula with the Florida Department of Health in Seminole County. We're set up back there. If you're in need of getting your blood pressure checked, we have that back there for you with a little goodie for you if you choose to do that. One of the things we do at the Department of Health is that we monitor various happenings around the community as infectious diseases come and go. And I'm happy to say that finally the flu and RSV are on the decrease in Seminole County, so that's a good thing. I just want to make you aware of that. Also, we have in the back as well some Narcan packets. If you're aware of Narcan, it is it reverses the effects of opioid overdose, so we have that available for you as well. And at the Florida Department of Health, you can come by. And some little goodies back there, so stop by to see us. Thank you.
Thank you. And there's a couple of hats that I wear. I'm on the Affordable Housing Board for Seminole County, and I have a Purchase Assistance Program application. They will help first-time homeowners with down payments, and maybe that can drive them right over to Mr. Leday. I'm going to leave the applications in the back. Also at Seminole County, they have a minor home repair. All the information that you have to do is on here. They'll be in the back. And Seminole County has a little bit more money than I guess the city of Sanford. They have a hurricane disaster recovery program also, so they got some monies for that. And when I say they got some monies, let's don't apply. And the first thing we say, well, we don't ever get a chance. Make them tell you that they're giving all the monies out. Don't just say, well, I know I ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it if you don't apply. I can tell you that now. Yeah, you won't get it if you won't apply. So make sure you get these papers, and make sure if you're a first-time home buyer, you get that one. You word this lady to death, you word Mr. Hillary to death, and tell them you always want to live in Midway. Make sure you do that. The next person to come up is going to be our city manager, Mr. Norton Bonaparte, and we're lucky to have this man. I know he turned down some jobs so he could stay in Sanford. I won't tell him the jobs he turned down.
Thank you, Mr. Bentley. He has such a vivid imagination. But thank you. Good evening, Sanford. Glad to see you all out. It's a wonderful day and a good opportunity for you to learn from the school board, from the health department, and from the True Health. So glad you're here. I'm going to introduce the staff, and I'll ask them to introduce the staff that they have when they come up. But first, we'll have our chief, Steve Smith. We then will have Ms. Lisa Jones, who is our director of public Parks and Recreation. Sit next to you, Senator. Nicole Osborne is our community development, community relations, then community development. Ms. Tony Avendo. We have Mr. Hooks representing public works, and we have Chris Douglas representing the fire department. I have asked that they introduce the staff that they have that are here, and I'm going to do the same. We have a brand new staff member started just a week ago, Miss Nico, just saying away. He is a new digital media specialist for the city of Sanford. He's the one that's here. You see there's a camera here because we are recording this so that people that don't come out to the meeting can also see the meeting. So with that, I'm going to ask the chief to talk and also introduce the staff that he has that are here. Chief Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Well, usually we always come out with a pack of people. So I got a whole list of folks here to say who's here this evening. Deputy Chief Perkins, Captain Hertz, Captain Justiniano, Lieutenant Lopez, Lieutenant Lehman, our good friends from the Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Hawkins, and I'm just saying Sergeant Bryan, because I'm not going to mess your last name up, man. Okay? I'm not going to try it. Our strategic communications person, Bianca Gillette, Dawn Chambers, who is our, what do you do? She's our money person. Make sure that the bills get paid in the police department, and back also we have Officer Blanc and Officer Morales. Just a couple of quick things. The school district was just talking about spring break. It begins the 17th of March through the 21st. We won't see each other before spring break happens, but As we know, from year to year to year, we're gonna have a lot of kids out and about. So if you see something, say something. Just make sure that you are safe and you're on the board while you're in the community. We want to make sure that our kids are actively engaged in things as well that are positive during this time that they're going to be out. So please just stay, pay attention to the things that's going on around you. I know that if you weren't aware, one of the big car thefts that were taking place are Hyundais and Kias. Last year, we across the nation got killed with a lot of those cars that were stolen. So the Hyundai dealership that's here in town has the ability to review your cars if you own a Hyundai and make sure that you have the most updated information, because they're finding ways to break into these cars. The crazy part is they find these things on TikTok, and TikTok can be your friend and it can be your worst enemy. So please just take a moment if you own one of those type of cars to check in with them. And lastly, we're always looking for people on the police department. One of my goals with working with Mr. Bonaparte and the commission is that we look to the people who live in our community because they understand the things that are happening in our community, and we're looking to hire people from our community first. So we have a number of positions that's open. We have cadet positions that we pay for the person who's coming into the organization who are not sworn at the time to pay for them to go to the academy. So you have to be at least 21. You can be 20, but you have to be 21 before we can hire you and swear you in. So we have that ability. The next training class, I believe, is in April. The other part to that is working with the sheriff's department. In conjunction, and I gotta tell you, coming from Chicago, we have the best sheriff's department around. We are so interconnected and intertwined with each other that when we pick up the phone and call, or they pick up the phone and call, we always work with each other. So they have started an academy as well. So we want to make sure that we have the ability to send people to our local academy, not just to the college, but also to make sure that we're hiring people from the community, keep them here in the community, and making sure that we continue to serve and protect everyone. I'm going to pass it over to Lisa.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, Lisa Jones, Parks and Rec. As Chief said, our friends at the school board, we are fast approaching spring break. And we're all working together to make sure our young people are still active in a healthy and productive manner. We have lots of parks and open spaces going that will be available. We would ask you keep your eyes open, of course, for extra traffic on the streets, bicycles, pathways. And if you see something that needs our attention, please give us a call. We'll be happy to address it as soon as we talk to you about that. A couple of programs we have coming up. Next Friday, the 14th, at our downtown senior center, we will have our St. Patrick's Day bingo. It's a great time full of music, lunch, giveaways, and some great prizes, so we hope you'll join us for that. Pre-registration is required, and we probably have about 25 spaces open. So please, I've got some flyers here for you. I'm happy to share more information. It's getting warmer out. We have swim lessons at the Dale Aquatic Center, which is on the campus of Seminole High School. That is a city facility, and we're happy to give you information about that. From Mommy and Me classes to our seniors, we are happy to get you into a 2-week or 4-week course that best suits your needs. Youth sports are in full swing. Just this last weekend, some of you joined us for our baseball opening day. We had 485 players take to the field. So they are very busy, and I'm happy to say that 57 of those players are young ladies. So we're very excited about that. And a number of our coaches as well. So we appreciate, I see some of our sponsors in the audience and volunteer coaches that we can't do without you. Last but not least, again on our spring break, our program is sold out, but we do have lots of opportunities at our splash pad. It will be opening up a week from tomorrow. That will be Free Friday. So if you have young ones who are down in the Fort Mellon area, we'll be happy to see you at our splash pad. It's open for weekends only during the month of March, and then we go to a full schedule as soon as we get to April. And I believe that's all. We hope you have a safe week, a safe spring break, and we look forward to seeing you in our parks and open spaces.
Hello, good Good evening, Nicole Osborne, Community Relations and Neighborhood Engagement. Our low-income home energy assistance program is open for eligible Sanford and Seminole County residents. And we have some exciting events coming up in April. Our Light Heat program is looking to do an outreach event with Florida Power and Light for some energy saving tips. That will be right here at the community center, as well as another day at the Civic Center for the City of Sanford. And our Community Development Block Grant will be celebrating Community Development Week, April 21st through 25th. So this year we'll organize a cleanup in the Goldsboro area. We did one last year that was pretty successful, so we plan to expand on that. And in April, we plan to have our community dialogues, which is Sanford Speaks. We're gearing up for that. We'll have 2 locations for that as well. April 10th at the Civic Center and April 29th here at the Community Center. So we hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Hey, good evening. I'm Tony Raimondo. I'm Development Services, so that's Building, Planning, Code Enforcement, Business Tax Receipts. And I'm going to start by introducing my new best friend, Mr. Philip Banks in the back. Stick a hand up to him. Mr. Banks is the newest member of our Code Enforcement team, so everybody stop by, welcome him to the team, welcome him to Sanford. And you'll recall several years ago, the Code Enforcement was kind of a 9-to-5 deal. And I'm not saying this would happen in Goldsboro, but what would happen occasionally, in other neighborhoods, of course, is that code enforcement officers would go home, and then all of a sudden at 5 p.m. some car wash pops up at the house next door or something. And so what Commissioner Wiggins and his counterparts did was they supported us with night officers, and on the weekends at night, but it left a little bit of a gap. And that gap was during the day on the weekends. So you wake up a Saturday morning, you drive out, Dunkin' Donuts or wherever, and you see a bunch of "We Scoop Poop" snipe signs on somebody got you in the middle of the night. And so what Phil's role is going to be on the team is he's going to fill in that gap on days and weekends. So we're going to have continuous coverage across the city of Sanford for code enforcement related matters. So make sure you get with us before you leave here. You're connected to us in case you want to give us a call or let us know what's going on. In addition to what's going on, yesterday was our first walk and talk. I stole a page from my buddy down there at the end of the table. We started in the historic district where we're just out in the neighborhoods and we walk in, we meet people, and we're talking. We're trying to facilitate conversation with the community in a non-enforcement role. The reason I mention that in this meeting is that if you have the desire for us to come out to your neighborhood and just walk the neighborhood and meet the code enforcement officers and maybe, kind of point a few things out, we would love to come. Just stop Phil or I before we leave here this evening and say, hey, please put us on the list. We've got a couple communities on the list already. We are also trying to increase our visibility in the community. So one of the things you'll see is that we put light bars on the top of our cars. We have the little yellow ones, not the cool blue and red ones that the cops get. But that's just to let you know we're there. And kind of like the ice cream truck. We're not playing the music yet, but we might get to that. If you see those yellow lights flashing in the neighborhood, hey, wave at us. Or if you got something to say, you don't have to call, you don't have to email me, you don't have to hit the city's website. Just wave the officer down, they'll stop. They'd love to meet you. They might have something for the kiddos, and you can tell them what's going on in the neighborhood. Speaking of what's going on in the neighborhood, what about Sanford Middle at? Where'd she go? She left? She left. One of the questions was asked, what's going on over there? Well, let me tell you what's going on over there. If you want to find out what's happening in Sanford, in your neighborhood, we have on the City of Sanford website an interactive map that we update regularly. All you have to do is come to sanfordfl.gov, you go over to planning and hit that interactive map icon, and it will show you everything that's planned currently in the City of Sanford. That's a Hero store. It's going to be Hero Restaurant, is it? Now, some people say Gyro. I don't know what the right way to say it is, but it's going to have good Greek sandwiches. That's what it's going to be as of right now. So please check that map out. Breezeway Expansion Program. If you're coming down to City Hall to pay a utility bill, if you need to get to Parks and Recs and sweat Miss Lisa, I've checked the route through the building has changed a little bit, but we're going to keep it as hassle-free as we possibly can. We are expanding the bottom floor to account for the growth in Sanford. The building department is expanding. And so, rather than making that immediate left when you first come in the doors to get down to utilities and parks and rec, you're going to have to go straight and then make the left and follow the yellow brick road. There are going to be plenty of people there on each end of that little maze to help you through it if you have any questions whatsoever. The good news is that when the breezeway construction program is over, the walk is over. You're not going to have to make that long walk down the utilities to pay a bill anymore or any of that. You're going to be able to come into the front door of the City Hall in the city of Sanford and deal with somebody right there directly and go right back out to your car and get back to whatever was going on in life. So we're doing that for our customers. We're very excited about it. Last thing I would tell you about, the breezeway expansion program is going to be done tentatively in August. That's when we think everything will be done. The last thing I'll tell you about is one of my jobs. I don't get to be rainbows and bunnies all the time. Sometimes I got to snap into the enforcement role. And one of my jobs is to look at errant properties in the community. We have one in Goldsboro that I'm looking at. You should be aware of it. I've mentioned it once before. But it's what I call Dreads, Mr. Spence's old property that's across from the Green Store on historic Goldsboro Boulevard. That is the subject of foreclosure now. And so what we hope that moves expeditiously through the process and that we get responsible ownership into the building so that we can see some revitalization in that area. Phil and I are going to stay. If you have any questions, we'd love to talk to you. I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Mr. Host.
Good evening. My name is Marlon Hooks. I'm here to represent Public Works. First of all, thank you for being here. As you said, like the counterpart said, the community here. We're going to need everyone's input. Bring you a couple updates. First of all, I want to thank Parks and Grounds, Lisa, their department, for being very gracious and patient with us with our project downtown, our storm project. The Fort Bellow Field finally has been, the side's been replaced, and try to get that as soon as possible. We finally have a substantial completion on that project. So it should be wrapping up within the next 60 days or so. And then also to piggyback on the 1/6 sales tax. A lot of the 1/6 sales tax money went towards that project. It's going to be extended. We're going to be doing another section of that going into Georgetown. Just give you a heads up that we're going to be looking into with the drainage, also putting sidewalks. I know that's been a big hot topic for many years in Georgetown. So we look forward to that. Right now we're just securing some funding sources. Once we can get that secured, that should be going out to bid and we'll be starting up the next phase of that. We also have another project on Melanie. We're going to be on the pond of Washington and Crescent, but we're also improving a lot of the storm structures and piping in that area. We're probably about 60% complete on that. We're still going to be working on that, trying to get Melville Road open probably within the next week. I know it's been a long haul. Thank you for being patient with us. We've run into some unforeseen situations in that project. Again, I've been with the city 20 years. I've never had a perfect project, and I don't think I ever will. Just part of construction, but again, I want to thank the community for being patient. We've had a lot of positive feedback from that, and that's so great and positive to have that. There's a lot of projects we get the opposite. We get a lot of heat, we got a lot of flack, and it's name calling sometimes, but you got to have a thick skin in this type of industry. Also for public works or utilities, I'll be here for the rest of the night. If you have any questions or concerns, get with me, and hopefully I can take care of it for you. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Fire Inspector Chris Douglas. Just want to remind everybody that we do have smoke alarms. If you don't have any in your home, if they're old, you're not sure if they work, please call us. We'll come out, we'll install them. Brand new smoke alarms for you. You don't have to change any batteries. It's got a built-in 10-year life in them, so you don't have to worry about it. So please reach out to us if you know anybody in the community that needs them. Don't hesitate to reach out. If there is a family member or somebody in the community that does not or has a hard of hearing, we do have smoke alarm devices where we can install so that way they can be alerted in the event there is a fire. One other thing I wanted to point out, we just hired 9 new firefighters. They are in the process of going through orientation. We hope to have them on shift probably at the end of March. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have.
Let's thank the best staff in America, y'all. Also, we want to thank all our guests that have come in, and again, our law enforcement, school board. Look, we got the best of everything here in Sanford. Y'all want to grab for that, right? I think you don't want to feel that way. But I'm gonna get out your way. We got a presentation coming up in a little bit, so I'm gonna get out your way. Our next meeting is gonna be the 27th at 6 p.m. Again, if anybody missed the meeting, we're live stream, so any of the information that the organizations that come have, they'll leave the literature here, so you're able to pick it up, spread the word, and be able to look at that as well. Tomorrow, we'll be picnic project with myself. We'll be at George Stark Park at 3 p.m. We'll be giving away groceries until they're all gone. Normally when we do those, we give away 50 to 60, sometimes 70 families get groceries. So we know the need. Please spread the word. If you don't need them, please let somebody know. On Saturday, I'll be having my 3rd annual community event. So some of the schools were talking. This is for everybody from 10 to 2. Please spread the word and come on out. We got something for all ages. They have the bounce houses, face paint. Now, it don't matter how old you are. If you want to get the bounce house or the face paint, so all y'all adults in there, if y'all want to do that, they will have all that out there. You're able to do that. SPD is going to be here with us, picnic project. We have drinks, food inside. If you want to come, they're going to have bingo, chess. They'll be having games, and then the basketball games. We have the middle schools, our 3 feeder middle schools, and Seminole High School will be playing the basketball games. So we'll be out from 10 to 2. Out here having Sheriff Department's going to have a snow cone machine. We'll be out here 10 to 2. Please spread the word. Come on out and have a good time. And before we go into the prayer, this organization, these leaders, they are all around our community helping out, giving back. They reached out to me because they wanted to honor some people today. So I'm going to let, if all of them or one of them want to come up so they can grab the mic and go from there.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Jessica Day. I'm actually a social chair, along with Jamie Hill, for Zeta Phi Beta sorority that serves Seminole County. We do a lot of our service here in Sanford. And we know quarterly our committee celebrates an area of work that helps improve our people and puts energy and support into our people. In November, we celebrated Public Works. We brought them breakfast and spent some time with them in the morning when it was cold. It was real cold. But today, our team, actually, our committee, sat down and really thought hard about the work that gets done here and how much in the back end it takes in order to make this meeting happen, to make the work that happens in the other room happen. And so we really want to take a moment and celebrate Britt and Josh. So ladies of Zeta Phi Beta really appreciate and see and recognize the work you do for this community and are so thankful every single day that you put your energy and soul into this place. We do have one small gift. It's in the works, so I'll deliver it to y'all.
Wait a minute. Y'all kiss him, quick kiss him.
If I can just share one thing, in March, and I actually pull my notes up because I forget the details. In March, our sorority is doing a service activity that's going to help us raise funds for scholarships and that service work we do here in Sanford. It's called Strike a Blues. It's on March 30th from 4 to 6 at Airport Lanes. It's $40 a person, and if you create a team, there's a discount. A team of 6 is $210. It includes shoes, games, a really good opportunity to do karaoke with us, and all of our sisters and sorors will be there. So we hope that maybe if that's something that you would like to enjoy and come out, I'll send some information out and we'll give it out to you.
Yeah,
the flyer.
so we're having a lecture here at Westside, so you can speak up. You guys can bring some flyers, and they can come pick them up here. So they hear that as well. So thank y'all. We're going to bring Pastor Davidson out of chapel up and do the closing prayer, and then afterwards you have the breakout session. So please make sure you stop by the table. If you got any questions to staff, please make sure you ask. But again, like I said, they're not just here. They show up in the community. They do a lot in the community. So again, thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Let us pray. O most gracious and merciful God, we thank you for all the information that has been passed out and all the good reports that we heard. We thank you for the ones who received the awards. And we thank you for all the public servants who are here today, oh Heavenly Father. And we thank you for all the community members who are here as well, who the prayer is that they go out and share all this information that they have heard and the good reports from the school and what the school children are doing. And Heavenly Father, we just simply thank you for allowing us to be in this place at this time. And all this we ask in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you all.